Hey, what up, manga fans? I'm Mac. Now, I'm gonna try to do this one uniquely. You'll do what other channels do, do a collab video with my other channel. Because I'm covering a unique manga, which also counts as kind of a comic. I'm doing Secret Reverse, a Marvel collaboration that Shueisha had that recently came to an end. There's a reason we got Deadpool Samurai. Got a few other Marvel collabs that came out of this. Now, you know, see now. This is written by. The story was written, and the art, of course, also did the art as well, by none other than the late Kazuki Takahashi, author of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep, this is a good story, but my copy's sadly a bit damaged, as you be able to see. As you, oh, see, a bit damaged by there. It's a good story, but it does have some issues. I'm not going to point out. I remember a YouTuber commentary did a video about this a couple years back, so I recommend you go check it out. I do kind of coming back with Yu-Gi-Oh manga, but I need to cover the DX and 5D's Zexo Art 5 anime as long as I be watching the 7th anime, and the Yu-Gi-Oh Go Rush anime once I'm done catching up on that actually. Dude! You know, there's gonna be a crossover Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, imagine Stark showing up working with Kaiba. Imagine that. So this only opens up with an introduction from Iron Man as he's flying about, well, as he speaks about a crazy event that happened to him back in 2016. Well, some time before this, I don't know how long it's passed. A red dude with a owner of a corporation named Kyle. So I just Reijiro, oh, Reijiro Kyle, who was more a tech game developer with high grade technology. But of course, an incident happened. That incident, crazy. As he flashes back to that day, Stark was invited to Japan. And this scene when he arrives, it has a small little cameo by Katsuya Janochi and Mai Kojaku, aka Joy Wheeler and My Valentine. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Let me just get to the page. And you see right there, that's obviously Janochi and Mai. You recognize the hairstyles anywhere. I imagine Stark was in a Duel Monsters tournament. That'd be funny. Ah. Yeah. And Tesla, he's not the only one in Japan. Peter Parker is too. You see, he introduces Stark and the audience to Masaru and Hiromi. Hiromi being Reijiro Kyle's daughter. Right, let me see. I do not know if this is going with the Japanese style naming or just the Western name. Yes, if you don't know, in Japan, the family name is always said first. And sometimes Viz translates them with those Japanese versions. You know, with the original Japanese style speaking. Like, and his son, Chan, Gun, and all that type of stuff. Hey, Peter actually met them online. And so He-Man was the one who invited him. I think He-Man was supposed to be his style might be based off Onzuba and Duel Monsters. I'm just speaking. Listen, it's supposed to be Takahashi's art style, but it does look a bit different to his usual art style. Granted, his art style could change over time. He never released, and he did release another work after, but I think it was just a one shot. So before his passing in 2023, he never made another series. Never intended to make another series. Oh, shame. Oh, so yeah, this could be his modern art style if that changed. Also, you always how it might be based on something. I don't know. It just reminds me of Yuzo Hiragi's outfit slightly, even though it's a school uniform. Yeah. Well, of course it's different. It just reminds me of it a bit. So the scene event, I mean, Radio Kyle down south. Improved technology of a card game called Secret Reverse. He's wearing a vest that's kind of like a dual vest. You know, has some familiar arrows on it. Yeah. Anyway, demonstrators, he picks Masu and Tony out. Showing some cards. Well, the card Tony holds. Showcase is what Kyle showcase power. Sees the power as a trade energy for stock. It's not going to do anything. Yeah, seeing this demonstration. Totally arguably mad. As this technology could become dangerous. It seems Kyle doesn't care. You know, there's after that's over, Gammy at a meeting somewhere in the lobby where he only explains that 7 years ago the company was at a financial issue. And his Ghostbase card project was shut down. Around that time, her father got her hands on a special card when he used earlier. And since he finally became like a different person, obsessed, like the powers controlling him. She wants to only wishes her to be back to normal. And that's why she asked Tony to come here in the first place to help him. Tony sees what he can do. He says he'll do whatever he can. He doesn't help anyone how dangerous the death of a man she really is. It's dangerous and powerful. Peter decides to go investigate as Spider-Man. And he says open him in a conversation with Kyle. Who somehow is talking with an AI. Controlling him. Let's never explain where this AI came from in the first place. No joke. Let's never explain. The AI was to bait the planet the power of that card. Control them to whatever they want, brainwash them. They just Spider-Man tries to put a stop to it. Of course, it's a tough battle. It was best in this fight. But it does struggle a bit. Tony goes in the hand, so we work together to figure out the way to stop him. But it's not that easy. The only way to stop him is to shut on the rest one. So he only ends up landing out with Venus or her father. Telling And she's saying how she. Uh, basically making him remember all the good time they had. Not his first card game he played. It ends up starting to get through to him as he ends up resisting the power of the AI. Spider-Man ends up rescuing him while Tony takes care of the AI. Yes. Yeah, like I said, the AI's never explained where it came from, why it's who created and stuff. So we'll see. So he when we get his father back. Gail apologizes for what happened, for everything. Feels like he was trapped in a nightmare, and he's forgotten what was important to him. And that they thank Iron Man and Spider-Man. Stark understands. Tells him that technology is a vehicle for us, so don't let it take you for a ride. Anyway, Spider-Man decides to stick around Japan for a bit to do some more, just to do some more sightseeing. While Stark heads on home. I think that's where the story started, actually. Stark on his way back to New York. And then the end of the book is a novel about Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator Kazuki Takahashi. Original Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator Kazuki Takahashi first tried to break into the manga business in 1982. It was less elusive him until Yu-Gi-Oh! Debuted in the Japanese weekly Shonen Jump magazine in 1996. Yu-Gi-Oh!'s themes of friendship and competition together with Takahashi's weird and wonderful art soon became enormously successful, spawning a real-world card game, video games, and 6 anime series, 2 Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexo, and Yu-Gi-Oh! R5, which was airing at the time this book came out. The story came out while Yu-Gi-Oh! R5 was airing, so no Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains at the time. So obviously done the master duel well. Nothing against Rush Duel, I mentioned it before, but the anime just speed runs duels now. That just makes it really hard to watch. They're just too fast paced that you absorbed into the battle. I've heard Master Duel contest. You feel the tenseness of every draw, every card played. So that's my main gripe with Rush Duel, but I do like Go Rush and stuff. It's a good series. But yeah, that was Secret Reverse. If you want to give it a read, you can officially read it on the Viz Manga app. Maybe buy myself another copy because this is slightly damaged. It costs like 14 quid here. It's not a bad story, I think it's good, but some stuff are poorly explained. Like Secret Reverse isn't explained well what its mechanics are. What I think this could work is this actually being set more based on Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually using the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. But not set in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! But more like set, sort of semi-real. Something like the OCG Structure series. Something like that. Where the dueling is real, but everything we've seen from Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, GX 5D, XOR5, Brains, Evans, and Go Rush, or animes. So something like that. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it. But anyway, again, you could usually read this on the Viz Manga app or buy a physical copy of the book. And it's more like a comic as it's read from left to right, like a regular comic, not a manga. Square Enix did the same thing with Kingdom Hearts. As they released the mangas like comics, instead of releasing like Japanese manga, like Pokemon released. Oh, wait, don't forget that one. Yeah. There's a Pokemon manga I do want to read. It's actually quite unique that it was never expected right again. So anyway, thank you guys for looking into my content. Please thumbs up and once more, Scott Channel, Chanel. Be up to date on all the videos that comes out in the future. And see you guys later for whatever manga videos I plan to do. Super Jump out.